Quaid Azam, Pot 354. There was no place for me to sit, but I made myself as comfortable as I could on the stairs between the two cabins. Well, this context is by Dr. Ilahi Baksh's personal physician, and the flight is from Ziyarat, Quetta to Karachi, bringing Quaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah back to Karachi. And Quaid had refused the nurse to allow the mask to be adjusted, the oxygen mask to be adjusted, and Dr. Ilahi Baksh himself came over there and with the permission of Quaid adjusted the mask, oxygen mask. And thereafter there was no place for me to sit, but I made myself as comfortable as I could on the stairs between the two cabins with my back towards the door. Quaid Azam would take the oxygen for about 5 minutes and then try to remove the mask, but each time I spoke to him, he would look at me, smile, and allow me to readjust it. Every few minutes I would count his pulse and compare the color of his nails with that of mine. He would become restless and try to push away the blanket, but Miss Jinnah would quickly cover him again. After sitting for 20 minutes in that cramped posture, I felt the need for relaxing for a few minutes. Miss Jinnah noticed my discomfort and asked me to rest a little, while she would give the oxygen herself. She had been doing it at Quetta quite satisfactorily, so I went back into my cabin. Everybody was fast asleep and snorting, except Lieutenant Mirza, who looked very pale and air sick. I had not been away for more than a couple of minutes when Miss Jinnah came and asked me to administer the oxygen again, as her brother was not taking it from her. I went in and gave the oxygen for about 20 minutes more. By that time we had left the hills and were flying at a height of 4,000 to 5,000 feet. I did not consider it necessary to give any more oxygen and went back to my cabin. The most difficult and the risky part of the journey was over, and I looked through the window and the flooded area of Sindh below and mused over nature's hostility to our infant state. Then followed yet more agony. At Karachi, we landed at Maripur Aerodrome at 4:15 p.m. and a great load was taken off my mind. As I got out of the plane, I saw the military secretary of the Governor General, Colonel Cowles, standing by an ambulance that could see no nurse. It was rather warm at Karachi, but not uncomfortable, as there was a strong breeze. We lost no time in shifting the Quaid Azam to the ambulance. Miss Jinnah and the nurse from Quetta sat in the ambulance, while the military secretary, Dr. Mistry, and I followed the Governor General's Cadillac. The luggage and the servants were in the truck behind us. We moved from the aerodrome towards the Governor General's house, a distance of about 9 to 10 miles. At a very slow speed, we had hardly gone 4 miles when the ambulance stopped. Wondering what had happened, I got out and found that there was a breakdown due to the engine trouble. The driver assured us that he would soon put it right, but he fiddled with the engine for about 20 minutes and yet the ambulance would not start. Miss Jinnah sent the military secretary to fetch another ambulance. Dr. Mistry went with him. It was very oppressive in the ambulance, and the Quaid Azam was perspiring in spite of continued fanning by the nurse and the servants. So the nurse was fanning and the ambulance had stopped.